Solve the following equation. For this radical equation, the variable occurs as a linear term within the radical as well as outside the radical. For this case, the resulting polynomial equation, after squaring both sides, will be quadratic. First, we isolate the term with the radical on one side of the equation. Then square both sides of the equation since the radical is a square root in order to eliminate the radical. Then solve the resulting polynomial equation, in this case a quadratic equation. And finally, check the answers and reject any extraneous solutions. First, we have to isolate the radical, the square root of 2x minus 5. We do this by adding 3 to both sides of the equation, making it equal to x minus 4. We then square both sides of the equation to remove the radical, resulting in 2x minus 5 equals x squared minus 8x plus 16. Note that x minus 4 all squared is equal to x minus 4 times x minus 4. We then want to get the 2x and the minus 5 to the other side, making one side equal to 0. This is the process for solving a quadratic equation. We end up then with 0 equals x squared minus 10x plus 21. At this point, there's a few different ways to solve the resulting quadratic equation. We could solve it by completing the square, using the quadratic formula, or, as I'll do in this case, we can use the factoring method since this quadratic expression will factor. We look for numbers that multiply to give 21 and add to give negative 10. These numbers are negative 3 and negative 7. We then have the factors x minus 3 times x minus 7. This results in x equals either 3 or 7. We now have to check these answers to make sure that neither of them are extraneous. First, let's look at x equals 3. The left side of the equation for x equals 3 will be the square root of 2 times 3 minus 5 minus 3. This gives the square root of 1 minus 3, which results in negative 2. The right side of the equation will be then 3 minus 7. This is going to result in negative 4. Note that the left side is not equal to the right side. X equals 3 is then an extraneous solution, so we will not include it. We'll now check x equals 7. The left side equals the square root of 2 times 7 minus 5 minus 3. This results in the square root of 9 minus 3, which is equal to 0. The right side is equal to 7 minus 7, which is also equal to 0. Here, the left side does equal the right side, so this is a good solution. We then have a result of x equals 7 for this equation.